Hey, it's Colleen with Rope and Resellers. I'm here for a weekly update of what I sold on eBay for the week of June 25th through July 1st, 2018.
Okay, first up, I sold these ball mason jars. They came out a couple years ago, and there was also a set of teal ones that I still need to list, but I think I will, since these sold for $19.99. I collected shipping, so $30.33. $3 is about what I paid for these. I bought them in an auction. They were filled with marbles, which are still listed. $14.29 in eBay, PayPal, and shipping fees for a total profit of $13.04, and they took 1 month to sell. These are a set of flatware. They're National Stainless. There is the pattern, Medford. They don't say the pattern on them. You have to look it up. It's kind of a pain in there. It says National Stainless Japan. They sold for $49.99. I collected $57.09. I paid $5 for these at an estate sale, $14.08 for shipping and fees, and the total profit being $38.01, and it took 13 months to sell. This is Taylor Smith Taylor. Here is the what the bottom looks like. They have this, and then there's also there was a whole bunch of them, so I still have 3 available. So anyway, I've decided on these to sell them individually. I have other plates that are sold as a set, and I think even though it's less money, people don't they break 1 plate. They don't break 4 plates, or they're not trying to fill a set. So anyway, and they can buy multiple ones. So it sold for $5.99. I collected $10.93. Spent about $1 on it. $6.28 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $3.65, and it took 15 months to sell. So when I buy plates, I bought these at an auction. I think I paid $5 for all the plates. So it's probably less than $1, but Angie dress, here's the label. It was actually a really cute summer dress. I'm surprised I sold a lot of clothes this week. $12 is what it sold for. Oh, they offered me $12, so I took it because I think that's a fair deal, and I'm just trying to clear stuff out. $14.92 is what I collected. Spent $1 for this. This came out of a consignment store bag that I was taking to Goodwill that I get to rifle through first, so I collect about 10 things usually on average per bag, so it's about $1 an item. $5.02 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $8.90, and it took a week to sell. This is a barn pulley that I had in my office that I tripped over for 2 years, almost 3 years. I think I bought this in 2015. And yeah, it sold for $100. So glad I tripped over that and stubbed my toe for all that time. $115.01 because it wasn't listed while it was on my floor. I guess I should explain that. $115.01 is what I collected. I spent $10 on this at an auction, $29.70 for shipping and fees. I sent it FedEx. $75.31 was my total profit on that, and it took a month to sell. This is an Anne Klein dress I got out of the consignment store bag. It sold for $10, so they offered me $10, and like I said, I'm just trying to sell stuff. $16.85 shipping is what I collected. I spent $1. $8.69 shipping and fees for a total profit of $7.16, and it took 5 days to sell. Sometimes stuff like that can sit around, so it's better just to get rid of it if someone's interested. Community plate, dinner spoon made by Oneida. There's the pattern. Sold for, let's see, there was 6 of them. So they sold for $20. I collected $23.82. I spent about $1. There was forks and knives and all that other stuff that's still, some of it sold, some of it hasn't. $6.67 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $16.15. It took 2.5 years to sell. I think all I have left are the knives. Spoons and knives go the slowest. Ralph Lauren women's polo dress. This has the big pony on it. There's a label, sort of vintage. Sold for $24.99. I collected $28.65. I spent $1. I got this out of the consignment store bag. $7.41 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $20.24. It took 3 weeks to sell. Look for the big pony. This is one of those things that it showed up when it sold, but the pictures disappeared. eBay pulled it down. They were having issues with the photos disappearing. I know a lot of people just had gallery photos, especially if you had a third party. So anyway, these were red patent leather flats. They were a small size, so size 6.5. They sold for $29.99. I collected $34.09. Spent $1. Came out of the consignment store bag. $8.79. Shipping and fees for a total profit of $24.30, and it took 3 months to sell. This is a TomTom GPS device. Some of these can do pretty well. This one worked, and I showed lots of pictures that had that, and it came with the proper cords, the car one and a USB one. I tested it out, and so it sold for $34.99. I collected $39.93. Spent $9 on this at a rummage sale. It was a little high. I thought it was going to be worth more. Sometimes these are worth like $50, but this one wasn't. $8.29 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $22.64, and it took a month to sell. This is a pair of Born shoes, size 6, also a very small size, probably belonged to a kid. Actually, I know they did because they were my friend's kid. And they sold for $29.99. I collected $37.09. I actually didn't spend anything on this. $11.67 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $24.42, and it took 6 months to sell. These are Mossimo ballet flats. Most of this brand, this is just Target brand, doesn't sell very well, but for some reason these people like these, and they were in good shape, so they sold for $10. $13.49 is what I collected. I got them out of the consignment store bag, so $1 is what I paid for them. $5.26 in shipping and fees. Total profit $7.23, and it took a month to sell. Here is a vintage advent calendar. So this is a kit that someone put together. All the little critters that go in the pockets, so these are little pockets, are missing. They had little felt critters, and I got this at the bins, so obviously it's not gonna, it didn't have any of that stuff. But if it did, it would be worth $100. So someone paid $44.99 for it, and it had free shipping. I spent about 50 cents because it's pretty light at the bins. $8.77 for shipping and fees. Total profit $35.72, but it took 14 months to sell. So Santa does well. Any of these kit type things, advent kits with Santa, are pretty popular. UMG women's tank top. This was size extra large. This had a cute detail in the back with this kind of open in the back. And I guess this is a brand that does okay. Trying to show you the tag, but it doesn't seem to want to go to that photo. Anyway, it sold for $12.50. There it is. $12.50. I collected $15.16. I spent $1. Came out of the consignment store bag. $4.78 for shipping and fees. Total profit $9.38, and it took a month to sell. And the last thing was this vintage Dutch boy paint bale, white lead. Woohoo! But it was all, I mean, you could see it was all cleared out. So it sold for $34.99. I collected shipping, so $44.46. $5. I bought this at a garage sale. She had a bunch of antiques that were extremely overpriced, and it's not going to let me show you this picture. But anyway, I thought it would be worth more, but it isn't. $14.85 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $24.61. There it is. There's the inside. And it took 2 weeks to sell. Looking at the numbers, we've got $440.39 for everything that's sold. I collected $526.81. Spent $41.50. Now this is 15 items. The most being that cast iron pulley, but that was also my biggest profit. $154.55 for shipping and fees for total profit of the week. $330.76. So pretty good. Average number of items sold, and definitely pretty good rate of return for money invested. Amazon Merch is a print-on-demand site. I sold 6 shirts. I've done nothing for Amazon Merch. And for those of you in merch, I finally today got approved for Pop Socket, so I'm going to kind of jump on that, but that's only a couple dollars profit. But hey, if they're popular, I'll do it. So I made $27.79. Total e-commerce was 500, 300. I wish 500, 358.55.
So pretty good week. No complaints. I didn't really list very much. I'm kind of working on a project at home, and luckily with eBay, there's some flexibility there, so I didn't have to list a ton of stuff, and I still sold things and a lot of clothes for some reason. But the one thing, and my tip for the week, uh, that was sort of a surprise, and I should have known better, was that pulley that I tripped over that was on my floor for 2, 3 years unlisted. I just I know that a lot of us have stuff in the backlog. I know there's a lot of people that are really good about getting their stuff that they get listed right away, and I have gotten better over the years. This kind of came from a time in my life where I wasn't very good about listing things as soon as I got it, and so it just sat on the floor, and it just became this heavy weight that I kept tripping over. And instead of feeling good about listing it or thinking after a while that it was even worth anything, I went ahead and listed it a week ago, or a month ago, whatever. And it turns out that was $100 bill I kept stubbing my toe on for a couple years. So just because your stuff has been lying around, I think we think it loses value while it's sitting around. And sometimes it's worth the same, if not more, while it's been sitting around. So don't be afraid to go through your house, find things that you haven't listed or you think, oh, it's not worth that much, and have another look and see if it isn't worth more than what you think. I mean, it's kind of silly that we have inventory sitting around anyway. And I know some people are much better, but anyway, that's my tip to you, is just go through your old stuff and see if you don't have $100 bill lying around somewhere. With that, I hope you guys have a good week. If you like what you see, then go ahead and subscribe. And I want to thank you guys for watching. And thanks for all your comments. I didn't get to them. I was a little busy last week. So I will answer comments. And if you have any opinions about stuff lying around, let me know. Have a good week.